And welcome to another Train Sim World 2 video, and this time I'm doing a request for a Mr. Ace Quarson, who is a friend of mine. He lives in Sweden, I believe. I'm not sure where in Sweden, but Sweden is lovely. And today, driving from Seaford to Brighton in the BR146. I think it's the 146. I'm gonna guess it's the 146. But I could be wrong on that. I'm no expert on a lot of the German trains in this game. It's operated by Deutsche Bahn. You'll see that on the outside, and the fact that it's in that livery that is very familiar to Train Sim World enthusiasts. And if you're a German enthusiast, which actually a lot of people in the Train Sim World community are, apparently, because that's why they keep making German DLCs, then your wish has come true, because there are a lot, and I mean a lot, of German-focused DLCs in Train Sim World and, well, basically all the Train Sim World games. However, we're driving one specific one on the East Coast way today as part of a request. And I did want to take this video to talk about an idea I had recently, which is, I mentioned it in the last video, which was quite recent to this one, and that is to use an Elgato gaming capture card for my PlayStation 2. Because I have a collection of PlayStation 2 games that I'm pretty sure that I wanted to let's play at some point, but I was never able to, because I just didn't know how to do it. However, now that I do know how to do it by using basically an Elgato, apparently that's the best way of doing it, because it comes with all the software and it seems fairly easy to use even for a dinosaur like me. So I figured, alright, I'll consider it. Now, it is a big consideration. It's £130 on Amazon, and that's a bit of a, I'm not going to say it's a massive letdown. It's a bit of a stretch money-wise. If I'm completely honest, it's a lot of money, and to me that money could go to other things. £130 is no joke. So I'm gonna have to think about it. I might actually try and put some money aside, or maybe I don't really want to do a GoFundMe. I don't want to do anything like that. The reason being is because it's a gaming capture card. It's not a luxury item. I mean, it is a luxury item. It's not something that I actually need. Now, if it was something like, I don't know, a kidney transplant, or repairing my car after an accident, or something like that, then I would, yeah, of course, it would suit the whole GoFundMe thing, but unfortunately, well, not unfortunately, how do I put this? It doesn't meet the criteria, I don't think. So, instead, I'll probably put some money aside every month and see if I can get an Elgato capture card. And I'm sure it'll be worth its weight in gold, because I'll be able to use it over and over again for the PlayStation 2, and also it works on the Wii and a bunch of other consoles actually. Stuff like the PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, you know, all those consoles. I'm not sure if it works on a Switch. I don't actually own a Switch. I don't really own an Xbox 360 or an Xbox One either, I'm just saying. It will work on those, but not sure about a Switch. Might work, might not. I think the new one, the new Elgato, would work on a Switch probably. Anyway, that is the deal with that. But there's also, I wanted to mention the games that I would likely be let's playing. I picked a total of, I've actually got them next to me. A total of 9 games for the PlayStation 2. I obviously have more that I could play occasionally, just to show once or twice. But these are ones that I'm willing to do let's plays on. Now, make no mistake, I'm not going to be doing let's plays as if they're perfect. The whole idea being with me in let's plays is that I play a game to play it. I don't play it to be perfect, and I will obviously make that quite clear in my videos. Number one, with how I'm performing, and number two, because I'll include a disclaimer when I'm about to start a new series, and you know, I don't want to get people's hopes up thinking I'm a master at all of these games. Certainly I'm not. But these are just games that I picked out because I thought they might be fun to let's play. Some of them, mostly because I don't think there's a lot of let's plays out on these, and by let's plays, there is one on here that I wouldn't do technically a let's play on. It's kind of a let's play, kind of not, but we'll see. So starting at the top, we got Disney, Pixar, Ratatouille. Now these are obviously all in order of age rating, okay, as according to Peggy, the European sort of ratings board, and also Disney Pixar games are usually rated U or PG, I think, for some reason, like the films, which is a bit weird, to be quite honest with you, but it says U. Disney Pixar Ratatouille rated U for Universal. Obviously based off of the film, although it doesn't really follow the film much at all, really, I think in my experience. It is just basically, you're playing as Remy the Rat and you're doing all the things in the kitchen, and it's a platformer action game. It's pretty good, honestly, it is Pixar Ratatouille. I would recommend people playing it. It's not just a simple kids game, it does actually have a fair amount of challenge and interesting things about it. And I do think the PS2 version is perhaps better than the next generation of the PS3 and Xbox 360 versions, because I think that when I watched a review of the Xbox 360 version, apparently there is an annoying quirk with the game where it keeps annoying you with hints and instructions, whereas the PS2 game doesn't do that. So yeah, hopefully we can see that one. If you like Ratatouille, it's a good movie, honestly. I think it's a great movie, Ratatouille. Next up, sticking on the subject of rodents, and this is perhaps a game that nobody's ever heard of, or hardly anyone's heard of. It's Stuart Little 3 Big Photo Adventure, for the PlayStation 2, obviously. Rated 3 plus, according to Peggy. I think that's an appropriate age rating because it's a kids game. It's very, very tame. And the reason that I played this one is because I've not seen it very often. And I owned it as a kid. All of these games that I'm about to talk to you about, I have owned as a kid, right? And I've played them, and I do think that they're quite good, because that could be just nostalgia talking. In reality, all these games that I'm about to sort of tell you about, I still think they're good, but I do think that they're a little bit, some of them are a bit too simplistic, some of them are a bit too difficult, some of them I don't know about the choices that they were making, but that's the whole point. Stuart Little 3 A Big Photo Adventure. If you don't know what the game is about, it's about you playing Stuart Little, obviously the character Stuart Little. That he had two movies, one that was technically a movie but it was straight to DVD. That movie was a piece of shit, the straight to DVD one. The first and second films of Stuart Little are brilliant, classics in my opinion. There was a TV series, I think, only in the United States, I think, and I have seen some of that actually on DVD quite a while ago. That was good as well, from what I remember. Nicely animated and good little stories to go along with all the episodes. And I do believe all the voice cast returned. I don't know whether some of the actors in this one are sound-alikes. Sometimes it seems like they are. But, yeah. It's a game where you're basically... I'll spoil it because it's an old game. What you do is Stuart accidentally knocks George's... George being the guy played by Jonathan Lipnicki, who is now ripped as hell. That's a bit crazy. And he basically ruins the school project accidentally. His school project was to take photos of all around New York, and Stuart then offers to just replace them all. And you play Stuart basically taking photos of things in the book when it was destroyed, basically just making up for your mistake there. And you know what? It's pretty fun. It's got nice little open worlds in the Stuart Little game. By open worlds, I mean it's open in the context of you're a little mouse. It's an interesting game, and I do think it would make a neat, calming, relaxing Let's Play. It's not really difficult at all, realistically speaking. Very childlike. Definitely appropriate for kids, but hey, I'll play anything. Anything from my childhood I'll think about. Next up is Ratchet Gladiator, which is also known as Deadlocked in the United States, which likely most of you will know it as that. Same exact game, just a different name in the United States. Gladiator is what it's been called in Europe. Because as is tradition with the Ratchet & Clank series, Ratchet & Clank 2, 3, Gladiator obviously, and some of the other games, I think, had their names changed for Europe, because the titles of most of the Ratchet & Clank games from the early times are either, well, basically they're innuendos. Going Commando is the second game, and basically in Europe it was changed to Locked and Loaded, because Going Commando basically means you're not wearing underpants. And then Up Your Arsenal, which is Ratchet & Clank 3. I think that one stayed the same. No, it didn't, actually. No, it didn't. It didn't stay the same. It was just called Ratchet & Clank 3. I believe so. And Deadlocked, well, the word dead, I'm guessing, is what made people angry, but gladiators fight to the death, historically. Well, in truth, not all of them did, but it's widely held that gladiators are people in the sort of Roman era who fought to the death in Colosseums, etc. But basically the whole game is based around arena combat, which has been kind of like a minor kind of side feature of other Ratchet and Clank games, where you got the battle arena and you do certain challenges and you earn rewards and money and stuff like that. Well, Gladiator is, what if that was the whole game, and what if it was all kind of platformer oriented, story-driven, well, not story-driven, there's a storyline to it. Like a competition blood sport in space, is what it is. 2005, I believe the game came out. It was a very edgy, different time, as you will see later on, because we've got another game from 2005 here. But yeah, Ratchet and Clank, Ratchet Gladiator, because Clank, you don't actually play with Clank. Clank is in the game, it's just that you only play as Ratchet. In the single player anyway. And yeah, Ratchet Gladiator, fun game. I'd let's play it for all of you guys. A fun, explosive, really explosive game. Tones up the explosiveness to about 11 and then stays there, and then keeps on going afterwards because you haven't had enough explosions. I sound like an advertiser, I really do. Next up is iNinja. And if you're not familiar with iNinja, I don't blame you, because nobody else I've ever talked to is. I don't think anybody I've ever spoken to in the modern world has ever played iNinja. Because iNinja is, I think, a very obscure title. It doesn't deserve to be, because it is a pretty good game. It's not perfect. It's got some issues, but my god, is this a hidden gem or what? And I'm proud that I was one of the people who got to play it when I was younger. What I have in my hands now is, well, the cover for the game has clearly been put to been printed off. by CEX. That's the basically the second-hand gaming and mobile phone and etc. people in the UK. They basically just printed off rather poorly actually, the cover for the game and just stuck it on a PlayStation 2 box. And even the disc on it, that's not the original disc. I had the original disc, it had a picture of the main character on it, but whatever. iNinja is an action platformer. You play as a little ninja, obviously. It's a very comical game, it's not really intended to be taken seriously. It pretends that it's serious, but it's not. And you just fight bosses, you fight loads of strange enemies. It's a fun game. Definitely worthy of a Let's Play. I'm definitely going to be giving that a try to Let's Play at some point. It's a fun game, and I do hope you all enjoy it if I get around to it. That's enough about that though. Next up, I may not even have time in this video to get through them all. I must hurry up. Transformers. By Transformers, I mean Transformers Armada from 2004. That's what it's known as in the US. In Europe, it's just Transformers. It's not based on the Michael Bay film, it's based on the Transformers Armada anime loosely, very very loosely, in that there are no humans in it whatsoever. And I've only seen a few episodes of Transformers Armada. It's very cheesy, it's very clearly dubbed. By dubbed I mean it's dubbed over. And I think the dialogue is a little bit crap. But it's an anime, if you like animes. You can watch that if you want. You play as 3 of the Autobots from Transformers Armada against the evil Decepticons. You know the story of Transformers. It's Autobots versus Decepticons. You can always play as the Autobots in this one. It's not like the movie game, which I think I have. Maybe I have it. No, I don't. I don't think I have it with me right now. But it's based on the cartoon very loosely. It's a fun, action-packed shooting game. By fun, I mean it's fun if you really, really are a master at it. If you are not a master at it, my god, does it grab you by the balls and then kick you several times over. It does that. Okay. It will assault your balls. It will not be very friendly to you. It's definitely a game where you need to bring your A game, I think. But we'll see. I can play it. I can let's play it just well enough. I'll eventually pass everything. I've replayed it before, so yeah. Hoping that goes well. Star Wars Battlefront. This is the one that I think I can't really let's play because there's no real story. There is a galactic. There's obviously the Galactic Conquest campaign, and I might just do those, you know, for the Republic, the CIS, the Galactic Empire, and also the Rebels. I might just do those as part of the Let's Play for that game. Star Wars Battlefront 1 is very, very close to my heart because this is the one that I played as a kid. I didn't have Star Wars Battlefront 2. I have it now. And you're probably asking me, well, everyone really likes Battlefront 2, why don't you just play that one? Well, truthfully speaking, I'm better at playing Battlefront 1, it has to be said. But one day when I get the hang of Battlefront 2, I might consider giving that a let's play as well. But just letting you know that Battlefront 1 I have, and pretty much ready to play. Alright, next up, sticking with Star Wars. Everyone likes Star Wars, except those who don't. Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith for the PlayStation 2. Honestly, fantastic game. Fantastic. It deserves a remaster. I think it's one of those games. It's one of the few Star Wars games based on a film that isn't utter garbage. It's fantastic. Now, when I say based on a film, I mean it's based on Revenge of the Sith. It doesn't follow the events exactly. It's not like you're gonna be, you know, walking through as Anakin and then Padme stops you and tells you that she's pregnant. No, You basically just play through the action portions of Revenge of the Sith. It expands the whole movie, basically. You play as Anakin and Obi-Wan through the story of Revenge of the Sith. I won't spoil what happens because I know it's been longer than 10 years since Revenge of the Sith came out, but I'd rather not for anybody who's new to Star Wars, because there are still people who haven't seen a single Star Wars film. So that'll be a fun one to play. I'll get some practice in though, because at times it was a little bit frustrating to complete. Quite good though. Quite a great game, that. And next up we have a game that is apparently not so good in the popular opinion. I played it as a kid. I liked it for what it is. I accept that it's got loads of problems. Shadow the Hedgehog. You know, for the longest time I had watched playthroughs of this because I missed my PlayStation 2. The PlayStation 2 is so close to my heart, I missed it. Right? I miss playing these games, even though some of them were kind of crap in modern eyes. I don't get really defensive, but I do get a little bit skeptical as to, are you really sure what you know what you're talking about, or, you know. Shadow the Hedgehog, it's got a lot of problems, right? It's not a perfect game. It is not by any stretch of the imagination a game that I would give just any Sonic fan to play, but it is a Sonic the Hedgehog game. It is, for what it is, I think it's decent enough, and I do like it. By like it, I mean I like playing it, but I accept that it has problems, and yeah. How I'm going to be doing that is basically how the Great Clement, if you know of that YouTube channel, I'm going to do it like he did. I'm going to play every single stage, sort of technically in order, but not really. Separately, through the level select, every single boss, you know, all of that. I won't be showing you any of the... I think the cutscenes will play before and after, won't they? No? Yes? Maybe? If it comes to it, I'll get the cutscenes from other playthroughs, from, you know, the library mode, to play for you. If I'm streaming any of these games, I won't be able to just go back and show you things that aren't possible to show you on demand, but yeah, we'll see. Shadow the Hedgehog, it's on the list, right? And then finally, an 18 rated game. Now I will say, my whole channel is not for kids. Right, this is marked as not for kids, even though it's a game about driving trains. Kids can watch it, but my commentary is definitely not for kids. And the games I'm going to be playing aren't either, so that's why my whole content, even though it might be a kids game that I'm playing at any one point, I still would not allow kids to watch it, so that's why it's all going to be marked as not for kids, because of new YouTube rules and all that. Now, Scarface, The World Is Yours. An absolute masterpiece of a game. Well, not a masterpiece, it's still got some problems, but it's a great game. And I can't wait to show it to you. I can't wait to share it with the world. I don't think there are enough people who have done Let's Plays of this. I don't think there are enough people who know about it. This is, in my opinion, a GTA clone done right, except I don't like calling it a GTA clone, because in reality it's not. It actually does a lot of things better than GTA would do them, at the time, anyway, and even still now. And in the game you get to be Tony Montana from the film Scarface from 1983, which is basically a remake, I guess, of the one from the 30s or the 40s. I think there was a Scarface film about that, a gangster movie. It's a classic movie, and it's a classic game as well. And because we're towards the end of the video, I'll just leave it at that, and leave nothing. Basically, don't spoil it. I won't spoil any of this. So yeah, that's a list of 9 games that I could potentially let's play if I had an Elgato capture card, which I might do in the future. Probably not anytime soon, but we'll just see what happens. And I hope you did enjoy the video. This whole time I've been talking about old PS2 games, but if you did enjoy the video, by all means please watch another one or support the channel by liking, subscribing, whatever you feel like doing today. I won't force you into anything. And yeah, I guess I'll see you another time, which we'll hopefully be doing some more Train Sim World 2 stuff, but I do hope that we can diversify the content soon, so then it'll give you more stuff to watch and more stuff to come to the channel for. Anyway, results screen, come on, there we are. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you all another time, hopefully, well, as soon as we get to the next video.